last series of Spider-Man movies, the last
Oscorp,
reboot that came out 2 years ago. But Dane DeHaan played Harry Osborn, and I thought he did a really good job. I'd like to see him get introduced. Maybe he's a transfer student or something, and they start to become friends and eventually lead to the Green Goblin. I think you got to get to Green Goblin and Doc Ock at some point. I know they did say that they don't want to rehash villains, but those are the two most memorable, I think, outside of Scorpion and Vulture. I would love, I don't think this is going to happen, but it could happen. So the Netflix shows are set in the same universe, obviously, as the movies. My favorite team-ups. I want to see more team-ups, number one. I loved Iron Man in this movie. He wasn't overbearing. He was barely in it. He was a plot point, but he barely had any screen time, Robert Downey Jr. My favorite comics growing up were always the Spider-Man team-ups. There was a whole series of comics that were like team-ups. Like this week it's Iron Man, next week it's Thor, then it's going to be Captain America. My favorite team-ups, though, were always Spider-Man and Daredevil. Like, I loved those two together. I always thought there was such a good chemistry between the two because they're similar fighting styles. Like, they're similar kind of heroes. But, like, Daredevil's much darker, and the series is much darker. It's a brutal series on Netflix, and that guy does such a good job of portraying Matt Murdock. I would love to see some type of crossover where maybe he just shows up in the beginning and he's just helping him out for like a scene or something. Because Spider-Man's in Brooklyn and Daredevil's in Hell's Kitchen, and they're both like small town New York, reeling from the alien attack that happened in the first Avengers. I think they're leaving the door open that something like that could happen. Whether that means Daredevil is in a Spider-Man movie or Tom Holland shows up on a Netflix show, which I doubt, but that would be really sweet. God, that would be so cool. And also it'd be cool if maybe Thor was in it for a part or something like that. Like, I like seeing the dichotomy right now of where Spider-Man's at in his superhero career to where the Avengers are at in the superhero career. So I guess the exact opposite. Honestly.
Doctor Strange is right down the street.
Yep, Doctor Strange.
Manhattan. Yep. He's in Manhattan right now.
So it'll be cool to see him interact with all those guys in Avengers Infinity War, we're getting next
year. Doctor Strange and Spider-Man go way back. Those two together.
Wouldn't it be crazy if Oscorp took over the old Avengers building?
Oh, shit. That's a great call. That's a great call.
I really don't think you're going to see. I mean, I'm not saying they shouldn't.
I don't think you see Green Goblin for a while.
I don't think you see him at all.
But you're going to see the Osborn Company. Like, that's part and parcel.
Well, it's like basically, if you think about Tony Stark, what other large company is going to be in downtown New York City, So probably...
That's cool. I like that call a lot. I think that's smart. All right, so that is our spoiler cast for Spider-Man Homecoming. Make sure to check out episode 18, which was probably posted just before this, and make sure to check out our Game of Thrones Season 7 preview show, which will also be released this week as well. It's a good time to be a geek, guys. Good time to be a geek. If you have any suggestions for a future spoiler cast or any topics for the show, make sure to reach out to us at geeks, that's GEKS, at HOTYB.co. Thank you. We love you. We appreciate you. And remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Hold up!